Hello, my lovely friends. My name is Ava, and here are some romance books with the touch her and die trope. I believe I have one other rec video with this trope, so I'll link that down below if you want even more recommendations, but here are 10 more with the touch her and die trope. First is a recent read of mine. It's actually the first in a duology. I think the whole duology can fit this prompt. This is Breaking Haley by I.A. Dice. This one's like a mafia dark book, kind of dark academia as well. So our hero is the son to a mafia boss, and his dad calls him one day and is like, hey, your sister killed herself. And it is these two people that are responsible for it. It was a guy who was in the mafia, but apparently he was like an undercover cop and they didn't know. And then this other girl named Haley. His dad then tells him that Haley has amnesia since an accident that she was in, a car accident. This dog is eating everything in sight, I swear. Let me just sit in my lap for like 10 more minutes, please. While I talk about books. But apparently she has amnesia from this car accident. And so he has been sent to go to the college that she is at and try and break her, learn what she knows and everything. And the hero is like there to destroy her because he thinks that she is responsible for his sister's death. Then the more he gets to know Haley, he realizes that is not the case at all. And the more he gets to know her, the more he falls for her. He falls for the woman he's supposed to essentially kill. I really like this one, and there are definitely touch her and die moments. I have 3 Neva Altaj books. Neva does this trope so well. First is Ruined Secrets. It's an age gap and the heroine like grows up having a crush on this hero. And he's like the right-hand man to her grandfather, who's the head of the mafia. He gets put in arranged marriage with her after his divorce to his wife who cheated on him. And he is like so upset because I think he's like 40 and the heroine's like 18. And he's like, I'm marrying a child. He's like so upset. And right after their wedding, he gets in a car accident and he gets amnesia. And that's like kind of how the story starts. But the heroine has been in love with him for forever. But even with the amnesia, like, he's gonna kill anyone who touches her. Burned Dreams is the next one I'd love to mention that she's written with this trope. This one is very apparent in the touch her and die because the hero has been tasked to be the heroine's bodyguard who is married to a mafia boss man. And he finds out that she has been physically and sexually abused by this mafia boss and he is going to kill him. He ain't having it. And then he also falls in love with her in the process. So, and then I have Silent Lies. And I think this one is an arranged marriage between 2 people from a rivaling mafia families. They're very much opposites attract. So that's all I can say about these. I don't want to spoil them because they are pretty short mafia books, so I wouldn't want to spoil anything for anyone. Then I have one of the darkest books I think I've read. This is Until Tomorrow Comes by Adelaide Forrest. It's really dark to the point where I don't think I'm going to continue on with the series because I don't think it's for me, but I do think it is a good dark romance in general. This book starts out with our hero who I think is from Ibiza, and he is a very powerful mafia boss man, and he travels to America to visit some of the mafia families he knows of, and he sees a woman walking down the street with her friend, and he like locks in on her and he's like, oh my gosh, that woman is stunning, I must have her. He ends up finding out she's 16 years old and he's like, okay, well, my men are going to stalk her and follow her and befriend her until she turns 18 and then she will be mine. And he kind of does exactly that. He gets to a point where she wins like a trip or a scholarship to Ibiza and he ends up kidnapping her while she's there. And she has no idea that this guy's been following her, looking out for her like the past few years. Yeah, he definitely kills anyone who touches her, even when she has no idea that he even exists. Another mafia one is His Tesoro by Amelia Rossi. This one is an arranged marriage romance and the heroine has EDS, which is a medical condition that's like a sister condition to POTS, which is my medical condition. They actually meet when she's rolling herself in her wheelchair down the aisle. She's an ambulatory wheelchair user, which means like she is physically able to walk, but the wheelchair helps her with her mobility. Like it's very tiring and exhausting and painful to walk, and so she uses the wheelchair. And the hero just like wasn't expecting a wife in general, but they ends up falling for this woman. Like she's so sweet, so stinking cute. Like she bakes for him. Like she just wants to be the best wife. And she just ends up falling for him and he for her. And there comes a point where she's in danger and you better hide. You better run and hide. Then is Mafia Mistress by Mila Fanelli. This trope is very apparent in mafia romance books, if you could not tell. But the heroine is actually arranged to marry our hero's son. The dad, so the hero of the story, takes one look at her and like gets to know her and her witty banter and like her sass, and he's like, I think I'm gonna make her mine instead. So he like cancels off their wedding and their engagement or whatever. He's like, no, this woman's my mistress now. So, and anyone who touches her, you're gonna die. you are going to die. This one is a duet. This one ends on kind of like a cliffhanger, so you have to also read Mafia Darling after this one. If you want more of a fantasy one, I have For the Love of the Gods by Rory L. Scott. So this book and series weaves Roman and Greek mythology together. So both of our characters are the Roman and then Greek gods to the underworld. Apparently, they find out by the fates that they are fated to be together, and they're like, crap. Like they hate each other. They don't like each other. So they're put in this forced mate situation. They're like, we're gonna tolerate each other, and that's that. But they obviously fall in love with each other. The heroine gets put in danger at some point, and the hero goes ballistic. So each book in the series is one of these like god creatures falling for each other. I have Wed to the Basilisk by Layla Faye, which is a monster romance you can pick up. The heroine is in an abusive relationship with a man, and she thinks the only way that she can get out of it is, I have to put this book down or she's gonna squirm. But the only way to get out of her abusive relationship is to marry a monster through the monster mating agency program. Where you get genetically matched your perfect monster mate and partner. And she gets matched with our hero, who is a basilisk, and he is so stinking sweet. But her ex comes walking in right after the ceremony. He's like so pissed at her for getting married. He's like, you're still mine. And he just touches her, puts his hand on her. The hero kills him right on the spot, like rips his head off. And the heroine is so like scared and upset because she thinks that she is now married to another abuser because he just killed someone. And so the book is him like kind of like groveling and showing her like he's really sweet, he was just trying to protect her. But yeah, I really like that one. It also takes place like in the jungle, which is really cool. And the hero has two thingalings, if that floats your boat. And lastly, I'd love to mention Fae Touched by Lisa Ray Roman, which is a paranormal romance. Our heroine is a Fae half-blood, which she's part Fae, part human, and she has this magical power that no one's ever really like heard of before. She gets roped into this vampire queen's life and ends up meeting her bodyguards, who one of them is the hero, and he's a werewolf shifter, and I don't really know what else to say. She kind of gets roped into their lives, and like kind of the moment that he sees her or senses her or like realizes she's not human, like he just becomes entranced by her. And she gets in trouble throughout the book because she is such a coveted magical creature, because she's rare, that he will tear apart the world to get her, to find her, to be with her. Yeah, if you want like a possessive werewolf hero, you have to pick this one up. Anyways, there you have it. Those are some Touch Her and Die romances. Sorry for Miss Winnie being in here the whole time, right? What you looking at? What you looking at? She's being a terror. She's being a terror. I gotta go play with her, right? You wanna play? Yeah? I gotta go play with her. But yeah, let me know down below if you've read any of these books or if you plan to, and if you have any more recommendations, I'd love to hear them. And if you don't feel like commenting anything else, you can leave a dog emoji in the comment section down below. But anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. We will see y'all soon on my next one, right, Winnie? Bye!